Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I'm going to teach you 3D trick. Of course, there is a PDF file version on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, David is in a life raft and Anna is in a cabin crew searching for him. They are in contact by mobile phone. David tells Anna he can see Mount Hope. From David's positions, the mountain has a bearing of 109 degrees. And the angle of elevations to the top of the mountains is 16 degrees. Anna can also see Mount Hope. From her positions, it has a bearing of 139 degrees. And the top of the mountains has an angle elevation of 23 degrees. The top of the Mount Hope is 1,500 meters above sea level. So the question is, find the distance and the bearing of the light raft from Anna positions. So in another word, we need to find the distance from A to D. And then the bearing from A to D as well. So to do this, first thing we need to do is we need to find the length of AB, or the distance from Anna to the mountain. And then we need to find the distance from D to B. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. Now we just find AB first. Now to find AB, we need to focus on this triangle here. So this triangle here. Okay, so let me just draw it out here. So it's a right angle triangle. Don't forget. Let me just quickly draw it on here. So this is A, and this is B, and this is H. And we have the angle elevations is 23 degrees, and the height of the mountain is 1,500 meters. There you go. So to find AB, so we have opposite here, and then we have adjacent. So therefore, we use 10. So we have 10 of 20 degrees equal opposite, which is 1,500 over AB. That's the distance. So therefore, AB is equal to 1,500 divided by 10 of 23. So AB is equal to 1,500 over 10 of 23 degrees. But then 1 over 10 of 23 is equal to cot of 23. Okay, keep that in mind. So that will give me 1,500 cot of 23 degrees. And then remember, cot of 23 degrees is equal to 10 of 90 minus 23 degrees, because cot and 10 are complementary. Okay, just remember that. So they add up to 90 degrees if you like. So 1,500, 10 of 90 minus 23. So 90 minus 20 is 70. 70 minus 3 is 67. So this is equal to 1,500, 10 of 67 degrees. Okay, so just easier for putting a calculator. That's all. So now just put that in a calculator. So I just go 1,500, 10 of 67 degrees. So the answer is 3,533.778 and so on, right? So I'm not going to write everything down because instead I store that in memory A. So I just go answer, shift, store in A. Then I'm going to write in whole number. Okay, just easier, that's all. But when I do calculations, I use the memory A. Okay, just remember that for me, because we cannot round up too early. Just remember that. So I just write 3,534 for now. So that equals 3,534 meters. Now we need to find the distance of BD. Okay, so to find the distance of BD, we need to focus on this triangle here. Just remember that. There you go, this triangle. So let me just draw it out for you. Okay, so we have this triangle here. So we have 1,500 meters, and then this one here is D, B, and H, and the angle elevation is 16 degrees. So we need to find that. Of course, this is 90 degrees. So we have opposite, adjacent. So opposite, adjacent. So we use tan. So let me just move this across. So now we go tan of 16 degrees equal opposite, that is 1500 over BD. So therefore BD equal 1500 over tan of 16. So 1 over tan of 16 is equal to cot of 16. Okay, remember that. So that will give me 1500 cot of 16 degrees. But then cot of 16 is exactly the same as tan 19 minus 16. So that is 1500 tan of 90 minus 16. So 90 minus 10 is 80. 80 minus 6 is 74. So tan of 74 degrees. Now I just put in a calculator, okay? So that 1500 tan of 74. There you go. So 5231. Okay, I just write a whole number, but then I store this in memory B. So answer shift store in B. So 5231. There you go. So now what we need to do is we need to find this angle, okay, before we can find the length of ID. To find this angle here, we need to focus on the bearing, okay? So when we go back to this, and we know that the bearing from David, okay, to the mountain is 109 degrees. And we also know that the bearing of the mountain from Anna is 139 degrees. So we need to draw out the bearing first, okay? So we know from Anna to the mountain is 139 degrees. So let me just draw this first. So 139, just roughly like this, okay? So from here to here, 139 degrees. So therefore, this angle here, so we just go 100 minus 139, so it's 41 degrees. So therefore, this angle here is 41 degrees because alternate angles are equal in parallel lines. So this is Anna and this is the mountain. So just B. And we know that from David, the angle to the mountain is 109 degrees. So roughly here somewhere, okay? So let me just draw here. So this is David. So 109, it's just roughly, okay? There you go. So this angle here, 109 degrees. So therefore, this tiny angle here must equal to 109 minus 90 is 19 degrees. So this tiny angle here is 19. So therefore, this one here is also 19 degrees. Okay? There you go. So now we have to find the distance from Anna to David. To do this, of course, we can find this angle now, this theta. And we know this is 90 degrees. So to work out theta, let me just write here. Theta must equal to 90 minus 41 minus 19. So that gives me 41 plus 19 is 60. So 90 minus 60 is 30. So therefore, this angle theta here is 30 degrees. So now we can find ID by using cosine rule. So we go C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos of the angle in between C. So we know that this is C and this is 30 is the angle C. Just remember, okay? And we know that the length of AB or the distance from A to B is 3,534. And also from B to D is 5,231 meters. So we just write meters here. So to find ID, so I just substitute in the formulas. So ID square will give me, so which is 3,534 square plus 5231 square minus 2 times, which is 3534 times 5231, and cos of the angle in between, that is 30. So now I just put that in a calculator. Okay, a square, because I stored that in memory, a and b, remember that? B square minus 2 times a times b, and cos of 30. There you go. So let me just write this down. So that will give me 7, 8, 3, 4, 1, 8, 2. That will do. Then I square root that. So therefore AD is equal to, so just go square root the answer. So there you go. So 2,799 meters. We just write in whole number, okay? So now what we need to do is we need to find the bearing. So the bearing is this. Let me clear this first. So the bearing is from Anna to David. So what we need to find is from here to here. Now to do this, we already know that from here to here is 139 degrees. So what we need to find is this angle here. So when we got angle theta, so we can find bearing by 139 plus angle theta. That will give me the bearing from Anna to David. Okay, so let's work this out. Now to find angle theta, we can use cosine rule. Okay, so please take note, this is quite important. Now if you use sine rule, it could be wrong because we don't know the angle theta either obtuse or acute. So if you use sine rule, it's only give you acute angles. Okay, so therefore better use cosine rule. So cosine rule will give you whatever that angle is. Okay, so keep that in mind. So we know that c square equal a square plus b square minus 2ab cos of c. So I just move this on this side and then this on this side. Otherwise, if you remember the formula, you can just write it out. Okay, so I just rearrange it so you know where I get it from. So 2ab cos of c become positive. Remember that. So a square plus b square minus c square, and then I divide by that 2ab. So that's 2ab on this side. So now I just apply the formula. So cos of theta, okay, is equal to a squared. So this is a and this is b. Just remember that, okay? Angle in between is c. So let me just quickly write that down. So which is 3, 5, 3, 4 square plus 2,799 square minus 5, 2, 3, 1 square, and over 2 times 3,534 and times 2,799. So then that will give me, so I'm just using calculator now, and I know that the first one is a, so I already stored that in memory earlier, remember that. So fractions a square and then plus and the last one I did was answer, okay, square, that is 2,799, and then a minus b square, okay, and then I go down and 2 times a and then times the answer, and that give me negative 0.356. So negative 0.356. So theta must be cos inverse of that. So negative 0.356. That will give me, so therefore theta is equal to, so shift cos answer. So there you go, 111. Okay, round up to nearer to degree. So 111 degrees. So 111 degrees. So now therefore the bearing is equal to 139 degrees plus 111 degrees. So that will give me, so I just go 111 plus 139. So 250 degrees. So there you go. So let me just write it down. So therefore the distance is 2,799 meters and the bearing is 250 degrees. There you go. Now, please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through it with you, okay, to see whether you got it right or not. But before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So to find the length of AC. So we know that to find this length, AC, we need to focus on this triangle here. There you go. So to do this, we know that it is a triangle already. So we know that this is opposite and this is adjacent. So we just use 10. So let me just do on this side. So part 1. So we go 10 of angle 20 degrees equal opposite, which is 100, over adjacent, which is AC. So therefore, okay, AC is equal to 100 over 10 of 20 degrees. Of course, you can just put in the calculator 100 divided by 10 of 20 degrees. So that will give me, therefore, AC equal to. So that will give me 274.75. Okay. So 274.75 meters. So there you go. So let's work out part 2. So part 2 is we need to find the distance between the two yachts. That means we need to find the distance from A to B. This one here. Okay, so therefore we use cosine rule. Okay, so opposite of this is C. Just keep that in mind. So therefore, so part 2 here. So AB square equal, so we go 600 square plus 274.75 square. So minus 2 times 600 and then times by 274.75 and cos the angle in between, that is 60 degrees. There you go. Okay, then now I just put that in the calculator. So that is equal to 270,637.68 and so on. Okay, then I'm just square root of this. So just go square root, answer equal. So 520.23. So therefore, AB is equal to 520.23 meters. So there you go. The distance between two yachts is 520.23 meters. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you got all of them correct. Bye.